for the sake of the people who don't know me, my name is Florence Okech. I'm a nurse by profession, just the way our president has told you. And I joined this opportunity 4 years and 7 months ago, to be exact. And since then, I've really enjoyed using the products. And before I even started enjoying using the products, I had a reason to join this opportunity, because it was because of my mother's illness. And actually, it's a topic that I'm going to talk about today. So it's a topic that I'm really conversant about, because I've had a patient in my home and I've really given her these products and she has really responded on these products. So without wasting much more time, let me go straight to the topic. And first of all, I'll start with allergy, because asthma and allergy are kind of related. So let me start with the allergy in general. So by introduction, allergy is a condition in which our immune system reacts abnormally to a foreign substance. So you find different people react differently to some substances. For example, you find somebody reacting to pollen grains. Somebody reacts to chemicals like, for example, jig. Some people even react to insect bites or even bee stings. So we react differently. And these allergic reactions at times can be fatal. So that's why we really need to learn about it and even know the solutions. So we have different types of allergies. One, we have drug allergies. You agree with me that there are people who react to different drugs, and these reactions can be fatal, because as you are told, I work in the hospital and I've witnessed quite a number of patients reacting. Some of them die, some of them even survive, but actually they're not really a good reaction. So we also have food allergies. People react to different types of food. Some people react to, when they ingest meat, they react. Some people, when they take some type of vegetable, they react. So this type of, there's some type of proteins, and especially the children react to this kind of protein. So you find out that the doctor even stopped them from taking these things because they have already identified the allergen and they have to stop, because without stopping, they will cause severe adverse reactions. So we also have allergies on the skin. We call it contact dermatitis. Allergies affect us in different ways. And some of the symptoms are as follows. When one reacts, you can see some itchy red spots on the skin. You can also experience itching all over your body. For example, there's a drug called chloroquine. There are people, when they take chloroquine, they itch a lot. I don't know whether one of us have experienced the same, but this happens. And there are many, many other drugs that people present by itching. There are also others who present by nasal congestion, which is known as rhinitis. Others have rash on the body. Others have scratchy throat, and others have watery and itchy eyes. So there are causes. Actually, the causes are really not known, but they run in families. And you find out that these families where people have allergies, the other members of the families are at a high risk of contracting these allergies. And some of them even run in families. For example, the condition that my mother has, asthma. You find out that there are other siblings who also have asthma, and because of the products, they've also responded well. So these others are inherited, others are just from the allergens, but others can be people who are close to you can get infected. So although reasons why allergies develop is not known, but there are substances that commonly cause an allergic reaction. I'd mentioned some of them a bit earlier. I talked about bee stings. I talked about bites by insects. I also talked about foods. For example, meat. Others even react on after taking nuts or even shellfish. So there are also certain medications. In the hospital, we see reactions with the drugs like penicillin and even aspirin. And there are also certain plants that people react to. And there are even during harvesting, people also react to pollen grains. And even at home, when we don't clean up properly, there are places where we'll even get molds, and people react also to molds, causing them to have severe attacks of allergy. So we realize that when you are allergic and you don't control these allergies, we have severe symptoms that can really affect one. For example, when there are cases of severe allergy, you will realize that somebody can even develop abdominal cramping or even pain. Some of them go as far as getting pain all over the body and tightness in the chest. People can also have diarrhea. They can also have difficulty in swallowing because as a result of allergy, some people even get inflammation leading to inflamed throat, whereby swallowing becomes a problem. These people will even become dizzy at times. And with all this, when they're experiencing all this, they will have fear and anxiety. At times, you even find that they'll even have flashing of the face, nausea and vomiting, heart palpitations. That means the heart beats very fast. And there is weakness. Some people start wheezing. Others have difficulty in breathing. And in worse states, people even become unconscious. So there are even a severe and a very sudden allergic reaction that I witness often, especially these ones for the drugs, inaitwa anaphylactic shock. This one takes immediate, it occurs within few seconds after exposure. And if urgent measure is not taken, these people will, most of them die. And because this happens so fast, and you realize that this person cannot breathe, this person has a severe drop in blood pressure, and the airway is swollen, so it's a bad complication. So in this case, before even you go to the solution, if you are somebody nearby who experiences or you have noticed somebody has this problem, you've got to seek immediate emergency help, because within 15 minutes, this person will be gone. So in such a case, try to really call for help immediately. To diagnose this, if one has allergy, normally they take test of blood and even skin test, but actually at times, the tests really don't really matter, especially because when the allergen is identified and somebody just takes caution, the allergy can be controlled. So there's also a first aid measure that if somebody falls unconscious because of an allergy, what can you do? So what you can do first is you lay this person flat on the back. After laying him flat on the back, the second thing to do is to elevate the legs. Why elevate the legs? Because when this person is already unconscious, it means that even the circulation is not normal, and the brain really needs a lot of oxygen. So you make sure that you elevate the legs. The head should be on the lower part. The other first aid measure that you're supposed to do is to cover this person with a blanket. And this one now will prevent shock, because if things turn otherwise, this patient will go to shock and eventually die. So this is the immediate measures that you should do as already you have called for help, but make sure you do this as you wait for the help to come, or even rush this patient to the hospital. So the prevention measures are as follows. The first and foremost thing that you must do is to identify the allergen. Because with that, if you don't identify this allergen, it may be not easy to even control it. So if you are able to identify, then you avoid the exposure to the allergen, and this will then reduce the number of allergy attacks that you get. The other thing that you do is you seek medical care. And the other thing that you can also do, which I used to see my mother do, she used to walk with her drugs everywhere she goes. She used to carry her nebulizer everywhere she goes. And she even used to carry her inhaler. Of course, I'm even forgetting these days because she no longer carries them anymore. So we also have our Neolife solution, which have really come handy, because with the Neolife solution, which are very, very natural, these solutions have really helped my mother as a person, and even many of my clients and prospects. Actually, the first products that I used to buy for my mother the first time that I joined this opportunity, the first one that I bought was the Hubble Respiratory Complex. And this Hubble Respiratory Complex is known for its support for the function of the respiratory system. When I talk of the respiratory system, I talk of the nose. I believe you understand that it is the nose where the air passes through, to the throat, to the trachea, and then to the bronchioles, then to the lungs. So Hubble Respiratory Complex works in the whole system, right from the nose to the throat, to the trachea, to the bronchioles, and to the lungs. And it supports the function. That means it's able to open the airways when they are closed. When their nostrils are congested, it's able to open the airway. So we also have another product that really worked well for my mother, and that is garlic allium. And as we all know, garlic allium is a natural antibiotic. And at the same time, it's anti-inflammatory. And we have found out that in asthma, there's a lot of inflammation because of the reaction of the allergen. Then we also have a new product that also does wonders in the allergies. For example, it's called the CoQ10, which really improves the heart's health. We also have Pro-Vitality, which is a 4-in-1. And actually, this is a wonder product because with the people who suffer these cases of allergen. So we also have products for the children. We haven't forgotten about the children. And what we give to the children are Vita Squares, VitaGuard, Hubble Respiratory Complex. We also give the Neolife Check. And we've also added the chewable All-Seas, because we have also understood that these people with allergies, and especially the respiratory problems, are very vulnerable to this COVID infection. So let me now leave it at that, and I talk about asthma. And you realize that this asthma is a very special condition for me, because I saw my mother suffering a lot before I joined this company. And this is a condition in which a person's airway becomes inflamed or swollen and narrow, and even produces extra mucus, which block the airways and make breathing difficult. So the cases can be either minor or severe. So in some cases, it may even lead to a life-threatening attack. So we have some of the causes, and the causes are just the allergens, which I've talked about. Some of their causes are allergens, others are irritants and exposures in the environment. And especially to the children, some of our children get asthma condition when they are exposed to viral infections during the infancy, when they are still young. And they are prone to these infections because their respiratory system has not matured enough. So we are really supposed to take care of our children, and we are lucky that we have wonderful products that will really take care of our children at whatever age to prevent these cases of asthma in small children. We also have exposure to dust and even chemicals from our workplaces. So this one leads to even adults getting asthma. Somebody becomes asthmatic when she's already an adult. So you wonder what happened. So this exposure to harsh conditions and harsh pollutants in the environment leads to these adults getting the asthma condition. And some of the symptoms are difficulty in breathing, chest pain, cough, and at times they really wheeze a lot. And in one situation, somebody can even stop breathing. So medical treatment, always they advise avoid personal triggers, and majorly what is important to note, in both allergy as asthma, we just control the condition, but the conditions do not go away. Asthma is not curable, and even the allergens are not curable. That is as per the medical treatment. So there are things that people are given, like for example, I told you my mother used to use the inhalers, nebulizers, the medicines, and at the end of it all, you realize that these medicines have a lot of side effects that even make this person have other conditions. For example, my mother used to take a drug called prednisone, and this drug made my mother to have another condition which she didn't have. She developed high blood sugar, just as a side effect or a complication of taking prednisone. So you can imagine how this treatment can really be a source of your problems. Instead of curing or of helping you to control the disease, you even get other diseases on top of it. So these asthma medications have a lot of side effects, and for example, that increasing blood level, trouble sleeping, slow wound healing, ulcers, they even cause you to have osteoporosis. You even have glucose intolerance. And with this continuous carrying of drugs and swallowing this drug every day, you find out that you also become addicted. And addiction is also a big problem. So we realize that in medical, for medical care, we only control, but we thank God that we have a wonderful solution also for asthma. And this solution include the products like, for example, TRNN that really normalizes the functions of our cells and feeds our cell. We also have the wonderful product Hubble Respiratory formula that promotes and supports the function of respiratory system. We have beta-gadoso, that is a detoxifier. You realize I talked about chemicals in the environment, and this one, beta-gad is able to remove these chemicals and even metals in our body. We also have vitamin C. Vitamin C is doing miracles, and it also has to prevent colds. And even if you catch a cold, it reduces the length of cold healing. So we also have this product called multi-mineral that even strengthens our nervous system and does a lot as far as asthma management is concerned. We also have the garlic complex, which is anti-inflammatory. We have realized that there are a lot of inflammation when these people are suffering from this condition. So garlic complex comes handy. We also have Neolife Shake that makes sure that these people have enough nutrients, because most of these allergic things, we need a lot of balanced diet, and we have all these in our company. So we also have chelated Calmac in the management of asthma, where you realize that Calmac also promotes breathing. It also calms the nerves, because there's a lot of pain and struggling when somebody has difficulty in breathing. So these products come handy in the management on asthma. And I want to tell you that I'm one person who is very, very excited to be a member of this opportunity. Because if I didn't join this opportunity, I don't know what would have happened to my mother. And I don't know what would have happened to even the patients that I've advised. So we also have children's solution. And we thank God for the company, because it has enabled us to even have products for the children. Even the Liquivite that came recently is also helping even the children who cannot swallow. We have the Vita Squares. We still have the Hubble Respiratory formula. We have vitamin B complex also there, and the chewable Allergies. These are powerful products that when given to these children, they heal, and they even reduce the visits to the hospital. Actually, some of them just go for checkups but they don't go for treatment. They don't even carry these products anymore, no, the medicines anymore, because of our wonderful products that once you introduce them to these products, actually they'll come back to thank you, because it's really a difficult moment, even when you're in a party with friends and you really want to celebrate, then here comes the attack, and that is the end of your celebration. It is really tough. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very excited, very, very glad to have you on this call. I hope the information that I've given you will help you to help other people, touch other people's lives, and leave a legacy for helping somebody to be well, so that he can be able to do what he wants to do with the life that Almighty God has bestowed upon him or her. Thank you very much, dear superstars. Thank you very much, our dear presidents, for giving this chance. Back to you, our wonderful leaders.
Wow, I almost said hallelujah. Thank you very much for that wonderful session, Florence. You know, many times we have all these cases, but we are not sure of what to recommend. But with our notes that we've gotten from our upcoming president, Florence Okech, guys, we are well equipped. And I want you to make sure that every time we have a training, you have a book and a pen, write down these solutions, and within no time, they will be part of you. You'll be very knowledgeable. You'll be able to service so many customers out there, and that is where the business is, right? So thank you very much, Florence, for that. We really appreciate. And we now need to go to the second session, because we love balancing our business, you know, training on products, then training on the business. And you know what? The next session is an extremely important topic. Without this, then you miss out on a very key ingredient for our business. And we decided we want to give this topic to people who are doing exactly what they want to share with us. You know, they are very practical in the topic. And this is commitment, you know. I can tell you, many people are just interested, but for these guys, I've seen them, they are extremely committed. I told them they are challenging me on this one because when I was their age, I wasn't as committed as they are. They just joined last month, you wouldn't believe it. And because of that commitment, they are flying. They are literally flying. I saw their first check and I was like, oh my, 4 times of my first check. And the secret is they are very committed. So it's my pleasure to welcome our upcoming directors. Within their very first month, they have built businesses in Kenya and outside the country. We had an interaction with them this evening, and you cannot imagine their team growing within a short time, growing in numbers as we watch, you know? So it's my pleasure to welcome Charles and Elizabeth Bett. If you can hear me, please unmute yourselves.
Hello and good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Very well.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Elizabeth Deruto. I'm married to one Charles Bett, who is seated just next to me. Yes, and between us, we have 3 children between the ages of 12 and 3. The 12 are twins, a boy and a girl. And that is, by way of introduction, that is us. And we are really excited to be with you this evening. It's our first time doing this presentation. And we are really excited to be part and parcel, to be given this opportunity, to be given the mantle to lead. We feel honored, we feel privileged to have this opportunity to be able to speak and to be able to inspire people, to be able to give our experience, to give what we've been doing, because as you heard, we are only 1 month in the business, and we've risen in ranks, and we've become qualified senior managers, and we've even started earning, and it's really, really exciting. And we feel privileged to even have such great leaders, our PTs. Thank you so much. And before I talk much more, because our time is running out, I'm going to go straight to our topic, which is commitment beyond repair. That is commitment, commitment, and nothing but commitment. Because in everything, if you put your all, if you are in fully, not one leg, not one hand, if you're fully there and you commit to it, for sure, you will see results. So to start with, I'm going to give us the meaning of commitment. And we say commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or activity. That is, you give it quality, you are dedicated to it. And for any cause or for any activity that you commit to, for sure, it is going to succeed. Then next, I'll read a quote by Art Turok. Says that there's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when circumstances permit. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. So there's a difference between being interested and being committed. Interested is when you feel like, when you want, when time allows, you do it. But when you're committed, you plan, you purpose, and you create time to do that. And for sure, you will get results. Then the next thing I'm going to talk about in terms of being committed, we are always taught to do the 3 daily success habits. Not just do, we have to commit to do them. And we've had them over and over and over, but I want to put it in this perspective of commitment. When you talk about using the product, are we just talking your neighbor should use, your upline should use, your downline should use? No, it is everyone to use you commit, so that you make New Life your shop. You don't go to the supermarket and you start buying soap. No, make New Life your shop. You buy your soap, you promote your business, because when you buy those products, you're building your business. You are not building someone else, you are building your own business. And as you build your business through buying the product, through making New Life your shop, you earn points. And as you earn points, your business will grow. End of the month, your check will grow, because what earns you more money is what you've done as a person, your own personal PVs. Then 2, what you do is committing to sharing the opportunity, sharing the product. As you share the product, or as you share the opportunity, you're building someone else's life. You are able to make somebody earn a living, make somebody's dream come true. And also, as you share the product, you're also able to touch someone's life. Someone is suffering somewhere. Someone needs something that can work for him or her. Somebody has been suffering a certain condition, and you're able to touch that life through that product that you recommend. So you commit to doing that. And as you do that, it is one way of building your business. Then the other thing is about personal development. This is something that we are never taught in school. We went to school, we scored highly, you did a profession that you were able to join for those that went into employment. And for those that went into business, there are things that they had to learn, or they have to learn, even in this business. Because in school, you are taught, go to school, study hard, get good grades, get an employment. Nobody tells you how do you build yourself up as an individual. Because once you build yourself up, you are able to face anything that comes your way in life. You're able to stand, you're not wavered. And through that personal development, if I can just give by way of definition, it's an ongoing act of assessing your life goals and values and building your skills and qualities to reach your potential. So you have to first of all assess yourself. What do you stand for? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? What do you stand for as a person in terms of values? Then once you get that right, you start building your skills towards now what you want to achieve. And all that will enable you to achieve your goals. And there are materials that are recommended, even when we join, there are materials that are recommended to us to read. And if you follow through, those who've been committed to even reading those books, one book per week, one book per quarter, per 2 weeks, that's a fortnight, or one book a month, as much as possible. Ensure you commit to always read something, even if it is a chapter a day. And there are several books that have been recommended, and there are many others. I'll just mention by way of just giving the heading. There is one, GoPro, which is like the Bible of network marketing. It's really, really important. You don't read it once, you can read it once, twice, thrice, as many times as possible. Then there's another book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There are several books written by Robert Kiyosaki. One of them is the Cash Flow Quadrant. Then there's the Business of the 21st Century. There are so many other books that are recommended that will build you up, because once you have your confidence, your self-esteem is high, there's no limit to what you can achieve. There's no one you cannot talk to. There's no way things will just pass you, because you have that confidence and you speak boldness, and people will be attracted to this personality, this person that you've created yourself to be. Then the other thing that you need, even in personal development, is training, committing to training. When you attend training, there are several presenters, there are several facilitators, and each one of them has something to bring on the table. You learn more about the product. You will learn more about how the products work, just like our earlier presenter, Florence, who's taken us through a very wonderful session. If you miss out on the things that are really, really important, that are able to build you up as a person. Because once you have the skills, once you have the knowledge, you are really able to teach other people. You have the confidence to even speak to other people about those products. Then also on training, you also commit to attending or paying up for international trainings, because it takes money. And of course, as you do or as you attend the international meetings, like the GoPro virtual, the annual event, you are able to get an exposure from people who've done the business from all over the world. It's not just Kenya, it's not just Africa, it's all over the world. And you're able to get good information. You're able to be motivated and inspired that if others can do it, why not me? And we are privileged to attend one last December, courtesy of our PTs. They were able to pay up, and for sure, you know, when you are committed, when you really want something out of life, there's always a way. If you feel there's no way, then already you're giving excuses. You are starting to give an excuse. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I mean, if you really are not committed to something, or if something is not really important to you, you will not give it a priority. You will not give it that time. Even when there is time, you'll always find an excuse. But when you are committed, there'll always be a way, and you'll always manage to do what you really want to do, and you'll be able to achieve your dreams. So before I finish, I'm just going to give what I stand for, or what has really motivated me, or some of the dreams, of the things I really want to do this business and I achieve in life. One of them is to move out of the rat race. What do I mean by a rat race? I am an employed public servant. I work 8 to 5, and I find myself like month in, month out, I'm budgeting and I'm chasing this money and I'm not getting hold of it. By 10th of the month, I'm just looking forward to another paycheck because now my pocket is very empty. And I find that there's no, like I cannot fulfill much of what I really want to do because now I'm restricted by what has been set. End of the month, that is what I receive. I have to budget for every other bill and everything I need to pay. I need that freedom to always do what I want, to always, if there's something I need to buy, I should not look at the date. When is today? Is there money in my pocket? If there's none, then I have to wait and I have to plan. So that is one of the key things that I'm really, really looking forward and is motivating me to really do this business. And the other thing is about touching people's lives, impacting other people, because this business is about people. It's about networking. It's about bringing other people on board. It is about sharing something that can really touch someone's life in terms of health, in terms of earning a living. And for sure, once somebody is speaking and saying, for sure, I was able to get a solution from you sharing the product, from you sharing it really feels good and it really fulfills you as a person. Then the other things about traveling the world. For me, I've not been out of Kenya. I've been to various parts of Kenya, but not out of Kenya. And I'm really yearning for that day that I'll be able to travel out of the country and experience the weather elsewhere, experience being on a flight so many feet above the ground. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And also being able to build something that I can leave for my children and the children of my children up to an endless generation. It's really something that is really motivating me to, at least my children and the children of my children will say there lived our great-great-grandmother, great-great-grandfather who did 1, 2, 3. So it's really encouraging. So, and for you to achieve all that, you have to really be committed to say, I want to do it, and I will do it, and I will do it. And then the last thing is about what has really enabled me to balance, to have that time, even in my busy schedule of 8 to 5. One thing that really encouraged me is my PT shared with me one of the books that I've read and I'm going to read and I will read it, is The Miracle Morning. It's been written by Hal Elrod, and it's really talking about how do you plan your day. I know many of us say, oh, I'm not an early person. I can't wake up early. I can't do this. But once you read that book, I mean, you start looking at waking up from a very different perspective. And once you are up early, you're able to plan your day. You're able to set things rolling. You're able to set the mood for the day. And you're able to stick to what you've planned for the day. So that is what has really helped me. I have to wake up each day very early. There are things that have been recommended in that book, summarized in the the letter save us. Maybe because of time, I'll just mention in passing. S is for silence, A is for affirmations, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for reading. The last one, S, is for scribing stroke writing. So it gives you a plan of what you need to do when you wake up, because you can wake up at 4 a.m. then what do? You wake up, you go through that process, and it really opens up your mind. Like silence, just sitting in silence, not thinking about anything, just being silent. Even if it's for a minute, it really resets your mind for the day, and it really gives you that energy, the focus that you need for the day. Then what I also commit to do on each and every day during the working days is during my lunch break, 1 to 2. I've decided during that lunch break, that is the time I'll use to invite people, to follow up on my prospects, to do a presentation if I have a prospect, and to invite people for meetings. That is my 1 to 2 every day. That is what I've committed myself, because now that I have limited time, because I have work here and now I have a business on the side, that is what I do. Then I also commit, at least in the evening, I make 1 or 2 calls, either on prospects, on products that need to be delivered or to be ordered and all that. So all I can say is we have to really be committed. The word committed. Let us master it. Let us practice it. Let us make this 2021 be a year of change. And the change will only come by committing. And committing is on the daily success habits, on personal development, sharing the product, and really being there wholly. So I think that is all for my time, and I thank you for listening to me, and I hope we've gotten something out of it.